Back with Bobby and JJ Radio, we have the Neal and Neal team, Mr. Shane and Clint Neal, and they're one of the biggest teams, not only in our company, Keller Williams, but
in the world.
definitely in San Antonio. Let's talk about the growth pattern that you guys have had in the last 6.5 or 7 years. Started with you two, and then what was your first hire? It wasn't a mistake. Was it a good experience? I know ours was terrible, but like, was it the right person? And how did it grow from there?
Yeah, I would say starting off, 3.5 years into it, first hire, almost 4 years. Kind of realized it got so busy that there's absolutely no way I can juggle everything. And then first hire was essentially kind of an assistant that actually really did everything.
Sure.
I mean,
I know who she is.
Operation.
She's still with you?
She's not.
No?
No.
That's
not. So parting ways on that side of it, but
yeah, that was a good part. Still talk. She actually sends us business.
Yeah,
so that's how good it was.
So it was a good move on all parts, and she's on with other things. But I mean, overall, the first hire did really everything. We're all hats. And then from that point, really it kind of segued into the more chaos we generate, the next person, that would be the hire.
Sure.
So ultimately,
the internet, the lead generation with that would generate more and more. Then we couldn't handle them all. And that's where the buyer agent we got next, Penelope. But she's just rolled 3 years, lead buyer agent.
I've tried to steal her like 5 times in the elevator. She just won't come over yet. But I'll get her.
One day you'll get her.
I'll get her. You don't want to go all the way to the 8th floor, right?
Come on, stop at the 2.
Yeah. Just get out. Look how fast you're already there. Yeah.
She's a good one.
Yeah, cool. So you guys are constantly looking for talent.
Constantly. That is
a full-time position now.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing.
So we'll get into the sales part, but what are some of the opportunities you have in your team that that fills up the, for lack of a better word, admin roles? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you guys have usually available for spots?
I mean, it can be assistant, more admin, running team meeting side. It can be transactional, handling the transaction side, listing manager. I mean, It all comes down to the person, fitting the role, fitting the culture.
Right.
That's the number one thing.
And as you grow, too, I mean, more and more roles are the same roles, are just, you just duplicate. You need more and more and more. So as we keep doing things right, it's just going to keep growing in every department.
Because you're right under 20 right now, right?
Correct.
And you're easily, it's an easy sell for you guys, I feel, to recruit agents. And let's talk about that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Who are you looking for? Why would they join your team? What is the next level, and how do you support that?
Yeah, I feel, or you can talk to you if you have things to add, but I feel that joining our team is really, especially if they're a new agent or an agent that's been in the market, they're kind of at a plateau and kind of want to go to the next level. The leverage side of it is a piece of it that we really focus on, keeping agents in tune with what they're really good at. And
focus on the strengths, not the weaknesses.
Yeah,
so
that's
give me an example.
That could be, for example, a buyer agent. Their main strengths are going to be in front of the people.
Sure.
And the follow-up and calling, and they always want to be talking to people, but they may lack in the paperwork. Well, that's where the transaction team comes in, and the transaction team
cleans it up.
Yep. The transaction team, their strengths are paperwork and details.
Right.
But might not like to talk to people. So it's just you play on the compliments.
Sure.
And you kind of look at all that and measure it going into it. What are people's strengths and weaknesses? We're big on that.
Because I know you've had some success with newbies also, like people just got their license.
Yeah, that is.
What's your sell on that? Because obviously I feel that, and I'm glad earlier in our interview you were saying how you just pouring in money for like 9 months until you just hit the first sale at month 9 or 10. And it kind of paid for all the money that you had. Mm-hmm. But most people don't have not only the time, the effort, the support.
The savings.
The savings.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
I didn't.
We went straight. I got a credit loan.
Yeah, people don't, because that's what a business owner should do.
Their expenses were like half the size of normal people because it's the twins.
Yeah, so
you only buy one shirt.
One shirt, one pair of pants, I get it. But you took it like a business. That's what business owners do. Like,
all in.
Yeah, you say, hey, I need a business loan. I'm opening up a business, and so and I'm sure that you burned through that. But you took those 9 months to get that sale and then pay yourself back as a business owner. Most people don't do that.
Yep.
So, or have that capacity. So what is your sell on newbies? Like, why should they be working for you? Like,
I'd say a lot of them get in the business, or maybe they're not in the business, but they're really thinking about real estate. As both of y'all probably know, it is totally different from
for sure
when you get in it, or what you're thinking about to when you actually get in it. So I think the big thing we portray across is the support. Everything's been built.
Right.
Like the percentages and the splits and all of that, they're running on the same percentage, if not higher, than the business is.
Right.
So that's a cool thing to look at it, and you have no overhead. You can make $100,000 or whatever, but how much you take home.
For
so that's
sure.
where we really lay that, educate people.
Yeah.
Because it's really how much you take home in the end. So
It's the education side of it, and also even going into people, I guess when we got in and realizing that, okay, 6 months of training and support, how valuable that was to us. If I can portray that to an agent and someone new coming on, showing that vision and that side of it, and really show that, hey, invest in yourself before anything.
Right.
And all the
That's a big
training that
thing.
you guys have done, and you're able to mentor them and help them grow their own business.
But
Correct.
they start as like a showing assistant, which is just kind of go and open the houses, don't get fired, right? And then they graduate to like
we had that, but now it's really, we've kind of constructed it now where you more or less kind of have a training period
right.
with it. Now they'll do
Like
showing
shadowing
agents
and just
for agents and stuff, but
Sure.
they're actually going into an agent role very quickly.
Great.
So that's
based on testing out of
yeah.
all of our metrics within 3 months.
Gotcha. So they focus on learning it all, then they get out, while they're learning to be on the field, and they get on the field and start making money.
yeah, because it's one of those things that people you got to look at the long-term goal with it too, because a lot of them, they don't just want to sit there. Mostly you got to make money, got to get money going. Well,
Sure.
you got to put
Yeah,
that
and
in
even the
motion.
people we're attracting to it and getting in interviews and stuff, they come in and, I mean, we've had people in 2 weeks knock out the whole training. They're
Yeah,
familiar with
because they're
sales.
hungry and they're ready.
They're motivated. You can't teach
Yeah.
motivation. If they have that, everything else is trainable.
And they have somewhere to grow because you guys are now expanding to the southern parts of the
San
Texas
Antonio.
Hill Country. So there's a lot of room for expansion growth, and then they can eventually become a listing agent and just focus on sellers. So it goes
Yeah,
from
we
buyers to
really-
sellers.
Yeah, when we hire somebody, we really sit down with them, listen to all the goals. Like, what are their goals? Then that's how our goals.
I don't
came
even
up
tell
with.
my goals. I don't
Yeah.
even tell Tim. It's
Our
hey,
goals are their goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your goals?
Yep.
I want to see if it fits in the umbrella of mine. If it does, we're a good fit, and it's a good match at that point.
Sure. Cool. Well, if you're looking for a real estate career, get a hold of these guys. Go to mysanantoniohomesearch.com, or you can call them on the office line, which is 210-696-9996. Again, that's 210-696-9996. Ask for the Neal and Neal team, and they'll take care of you. Take a quick break. Let's talk to our show sponsors. Be right back.